Welcome to the reunion. I didn't know how to lead that in because how else could you introduce this season? I mean, it was surely something else. All the contestants, came from all across America and showed that Eliminator was a competition show. And, I'm glad to have seen so many of the episodes. I've watched them all. That's a lie. But I'm here today to host the reunion anyways. So let's start it off. How did y'all feel like coming into the season? Like, did you have any like guesses of who you thought was like gonna be on the cast? Like coming in, like, did you hear rumors or anything of this such? Like, free floor, anybody can raise their hand and speak. Wow. Wow.
Okay. I'll get the ball rolling. I was originally going to be production until like last minute. Like I was going to be camera woman. And I was just going to go there and record.
Woman.
I remembered the name Cherry was going. So I knew for a fact she was going. But then I had to act all like surprised when she was there. I was like, what? What? Cherry's there? So yeah.
I don't understand because if you were a camera woman, you would have known that anyways.
Look over there.
Well, I mean, anybody else? Did you like?
So I knew Cherry was there also because leading up to the elevator to get to the apartment to view everybody there, there was a certain prod member who I was like, oh, because I don't know, I didn't know anybody this season, going in, I didn't know who's going to be there. And Aiden turns to me and goes, oh, well, Cherry will be excited to see you. And I go, oh. So that was nice.
Wow. Subtlety, always one from our production, known for that.
Naturally, when I'm around, subtlety,
Well, it seems that everybody knew that Cherry was going to be there.
I don't know how. Never said shit.
So I actually texted Foti almost every day leading up to the trip saying I knew he was going to be there because I knew for a fact Foti was going.
Did you just have like a feeling?
I just had a feeling. I just kind of knew that Foti was going to be there, and lo and behold, there he is.
Well, I've been asked in season 1 to play, but I was a minor in season 1 and 2. Well, I knew Chris wanted me to come eventually. And so I almost didn't come, but I came at like 11:30 at night and showed up.
But did you come?
I did eventually.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you came.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But like first week, like coming into the house, like how did you feel? Like tell me about the house. Like what are y'all thoughts about the accommodations this season?
Thanks,
Fuck
Chase.
that house.
Fuck
that house,
for
bitch.
this house needs to be fired.
Wow, I got answers for that one.
Fuck the Amish.
That
Fuck
shit
the
blew
Amish.
me so bad.
Abby,
So
our
bad.
bathroom.
The cross.
That house was cursed.
Y'all don't understand.
Hey, what about the Amish trade?
There
I
was
don't know what that is.
What about the bat in the house?
Abby, what were you
A
saying?
bat?
I don't think the viewers at home understand. No running water for periods of time. No Wi-Fi. No food sometimes because we lived in the butt fucks. It was honestly because we had no it was like we had our area. We had one area we go to, and we were surrounded by dangerous trails to shoot us. And there was a shed, of course, lovely shed, that was there, but we couldn't really go there because there was cornfields and such. So it just was a really secluded area, and it was pretty scary, especially at night.
And don't get us started on the fact that the plumbing didn't work at one point.
Oh,
The plumbing broke.
When
The
does
plumbing broke.
Who was taking big shits?
Oh,
Abby.
I
It was in our
I
bathroom,
guess.
it wasn't
I
me.
broke the toilet seat.
She did break the toilet seat.
And Chey, tell the camera how many times
Chey.
you shit.
Mhm.
Especially looking sideways.
Before every ranking, the beginning of the challenge where Chris says, hey guys, before we started, we were like, where's Chey? shitting, sleeping, or eating. That's all she did.
All three at once sometimes.
And she's
I know
this
we're-
fucking big. That's why she's so skinny, because she shits it all out.
Exactly. I know we're not ignoring Emily, like she didn't booty bomb like half the house. Like, did she not fart off in front of the camera?
Emily loved booty bombing.
Get off me.
I literally remember there was a challenge, and we're in the little waiting room, and Emily whispers to me, "I'm about to booty bomb this room." Well, it's just us two. It's just us two. She's like, "I'm about to booty bomb," and she just starts going off for like a straight 10 minutes just booty bombing. And I can't leave. Chris is like, "You can't leave that room," and I'm like.
And hers would just be silent. Like you would be in a room and then it just randomly stinks. And you just look at Emily and then she just makes her like she just booty bombs the room. I'm so unserious. It was so unserious.
Sorry.
That sounds terrifying.
They farted in my face. I don't care.
Yeah, booty bombed right next
That
to my
bitch
face.
farted
Bitch,
on me.
fuck up.
No.
I told you got booty bombing while I was laying on my pillow. I said, if you do that, I'm gonna fart on you. And you did it again. I farted the loudest possible, and I ate you the fuck up.
Since we're clocking, let's really clock. The worst part of it is when you would bring it up to Emily, Emily would dodge. It would be, I didn't do that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I want ladylike. Oh.
Now, Violet, did Abbey ever tell you how she booty bombed the fuck out of Rose room?
She didn't have to tell me. I felt it. Like the air changed.
Me and her were in there one day. We were laying in bed and we were just scrolling on our phones and she goes, "Alexis, I have to fart." And I was like, "Abbey, don't."
So unladylike.
Well,
she did it while we slept in the same bed.
It was the loudest fart I think I've ever heard.
Don't forget Emily did it on camera to us.
Okay, Abbey, why did you fart on episode 1? Why did you fart walking past us going up the hill?
because as you can see in the clip, my cheeks are clenched because I've had like so much sheets from when I got to Harrisburg to there. It was just boiling mozzarella sticks down there, so I was just dropping logs walking past y'all. Like truly, it was like gas.
Like the
Green
same
smoke.
clothes you stole from me.
Wow.
Wait, mentioning that. Can we mention that little eater over there, Miss Cherry?
I never ate.
Cherry, I remember at the corner of my eye, I see you nomming on my fruit roll-ups in the corner, and I'm like, and I kept wondering where they were going. I saw you in the corner eating my fruit roll-up. And you know what? I never said a word. You know why? I didn't want to like randomly like a graveyard ceremony. And Cherry's like, I'm not gonna save Chey because she didn't let me eat my fruit roll-ups.
Actually, can I ask a controversial question? I have a question.
Okay, what is your?
I want names. Who the fuck drank my Sprite? I want to know.
Not it.
Be real.
Anytime I drink a Sprite, it was from you.
Abby, that's how I felt my root beer. Because Alex Tate made sure it was known he wanted his bark nasty ass root beer. So
what to say, like you're not the only one too. Sorry to cut you off because my Pepsi got stolen too. So
I would like to know who was the pop stealer.
All I did was eat apples, honey.
The only thing I think I drank in that house was Red Bull.
Real.
I honestly don't even remember what I drank there.
Snapple was my best friend. She got me through the entire experience.
This video is sponsored by Snapple.
And vitamin water. Who in vitamin water?
Well, let's start moving on. Let's start moving on to like everybody getting to the house, because coming into this season, it seemed like there was just one girl nobody really gelled with. And Alex Tate, how did you feel about being that girl?
Well, I mean, I walked into it not expecting to be like everybody's favorites because I probably have betrayed them, almost all of them before, but in other ways or not. It's just I kind of expected not to be everyone's favorite. I didn't expect it to be that bad, but it just ended up. It was all right. I didn't really care.
Did it surprise you that anybody in particular was being icy towards you?
Honestly, it was just Can you ask that question again? I'm so sorry.
Did it surprise you that anybody in particular was being icy or not receptive to you as a person?
There wasn't anyone doing that from the beginning, but like, it's just, it's,
You got this, girl. Find the words. Find the words, girl.
Do we have tissues?
Right. This is gonna turn into therapy.
It all started by saying nigga for $50. No, let me stop. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh my
I'm kidding.
God.
Let me stop.
We
Let me
can cut
stop.
that out.
No, this is a live TV show.
Cut that out.
Go undersell him. It was
It was $250, but yeah.
My fault. I'm sorry.
The call I had to make that night to his parents was rough.
Oh my God.
Emphasis on rough.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Really gets to a point.
It just sucks, you know. It just sucks.
So anybody else that had like any issues with like Alex Tate in the house? Like
Not at all.
Really? Is that
No, not one.
Play the clip.
Not one, no. Not one at all.
Play all the clips. Play all the clips.
No, not one.
Chey, you seem to be one of Alex Tate's biggest conversators.
His ops.
Just say talk.
You want to speak about your feelings and what was on there?
Coming out of that, I like Alex. I told Alex, anyone there, he was not the one I was annoyed with or upset with. I think it's just we'll get to that later. It was just more so the fact that like he just doesn't know when, not to be mean, just doesn't know when to shut up. And so when it's constant, it gets to a point. I will say, even me, I was like, some of y'all are acting kind of crazy. Like that Michael fight, which we'll get to in a second. My thoughts were
Now, what do you mean some people are acting crazy? Can we roll back the clip of that?
Okay, I never said I was
that ranking ceremony. We don't know what we're talking about.
I wasn't acting crazy. But if we're gonna sit here and talk about that, which we can, we need to mention the fact that after that all happened, everyone went up to me after that ranking ceremony and said, I would have said worse.
I didn't say that.
Everyone.
Well,
I don't recall.
I actually went to Alex and asked if he was okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that was fucking wild. Actually, that was said. That was fucking. Yeah.
Well, why don't we speak on that, Chey? What was said? What was said?
Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
Just roll the clip.
I don't have a clip, so
Editing magic.
Well, I need Chey to explain it to me because so we'll roll a clip over here, I guess.
I just made a comment about Alex's dating life. Shouldn't have done it.
Who is watching CSI Miami?
Who got their TV on?
Who's on another call?
No. It's Ava.
Ava, get off the phone.
This bitch is on Dexley.
Mama, can't you just mute her?
She's yeah, Ava ain't in Dexley.
She's eating.
Yeah.
She's got a date to win, y'all. No, not to her.
Wait, Ava, what are you eating? Like,
like that.
What is that?
Oh, she's taking
right.
I'm guessing chicken.
Cookout?
Oh, it's cookout.
Well, nuggets, I thought it was Wendy's. I love Wendy's.
Wendy's is the best.
Wendy's is so good. Ava, you must love Wendy's, don't you, girl? You seem like a Wendy's girl.
Ava loves Chick-fil-A. That's Ava's personal favorite.
We're so off topic.
Well, okay.
The longest reunion.
Wow. So like the first week, the challenge and everything, what was everybody like nervous about in particular? Like the format and everything. What did you guys feel about hearing everything about the season?
I got PTSD flashbacks.
I will say I played both formats that we did in IRL online. So I kind of knew what to expect, and I didn't like it because I didn't like those formats in general. So I was not really excited for the whole graveyard twist to come back.
I was just excited for the ride, girl.
The graveyard
I was
episode 2.
I was
Oh,
more
you're
so
so right.
I was more so bored because I was like, in my opinion, I feel like both twists kind of had like nothing going for them. So it was like I was like, okay, this is it. Wow.
No, I found the not knowing points thing a little crazy. That was a little crazy.
Well, some
but...
people did, so here we are.
Interesting. Well, so with the twist and everything, how did you guys feel knowing that you guys were going to be in every episode? Were you guys grateful?
I was irritated.
My apologies. I forgot.
No, how you did.
Because we were like talking to you, Ava. We said we can hear something.
We all, paid money to be here, and it was really nice that throughout every episode we'd still be featured. If you went home first, like Alexis, or if you went home last, like Eliov, you still had your time there, and I really appreciate that. For the good and the bad.
Right, and certainly we got to see a lot of looks from you, Abbey. Less.
We surely did.
I was thinking, no, because I never wanted to repeat an outfit in the confessionals. I wanted to be like a fresh queen. I'm ready on the scene. I got my outfit.
Abby, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. We could tell.
Listen, Abby's mugs in her confessional, it was like a printer running out of ink. It just got less and less and less.
No, because TV.Eliminator is so stressful and just exhausting. So you could see, I started off episode 1 ready to go, fucking foundation on fleek, and then on the last one I was just like, record, let's go, and I'm on the toilet. Like I was just so done. Like I didn't have lash glue for half of it. I literally spit on my lashes, stuck them to my eyes, and just hope for the best. That's my truth.
Do we just remember her putting the lashes on the skull?
The sugar skull, the electric sugar skull.
Or when she literally put the lashes on the grass in the tape daily and then left them there.
And they got mowed. They mowed the next day. They're shredded up. Some ants have lashes on right now because my lashes got mowed and shredded. I was devastated.
Abby's lashes were truly adventurers this season because never did I think they made it to the right place on her eyes.
Yeah, they still aren't. Wonky lash.
They still aren't. They still are.
My favorite part about Abby's lashes is that they were always looking sideways. We won't be looking up, or we'll be looking to the right.
One had her eye on the crown, and they're on the prize. Like, there.
So the first week ends and everything, and it ends out in a non-elimination and classic eliminator fashion. How were you guys happy to everybody's family, this is reality TV, we're so happy to all be here? Or were you like, no, we got to get bitches out of here? Because
I was happy because Aaron was at the bottom.
For me, I was jumping when I heard non-elimination.
Yeah, you can tell, if you go back play it, we're all jumping up and down screaming that Aaron was saved. Everyone's it was loud as hell in the barn because people were
the people were jumping up and down with frowns on their face. But I paid it.
Most people were happy.
Don't wake that up.
Some people wanted someone to go home for the fact of the shock of it all. Because we all were like, girl, it's TV.Eliminator, comfortable with it. The gag of the season, no matter what, whoever was in the bottom, for someone to go home, could you imagine? That would have been shockery bookery. I understand why, they do it because we paid this money to be here, whatever. I just think it would have been a shock. I think it was a little boring, if you ask me.
I was
I'm happy.
I was glad that Aaron got the second chance, but also a part of me was well, I wanted someone to go home so I'm closer to the end, if that makes sense.
Aaron, control it.
It's not against
That's
Aaron.
valid.
Yeah,
That's
no,
valid,
it's not
though.
Reed.
That's valid though. That's completely valid.
No, I just hear people just want to be home, and I'll just take a shot for the people. That's all I would say. It's real though, because no shade, I would feel the same way. It's real though. No shade, no nothing. I would feel the same way.
We all felt that way before the episode started. We all said we don't want to nanny them.
Yeah, because no one wants to go home first.
I would
So
never.
when you see like the person that might be going home first, you're like,
Never know what that feels like. Alexis?
Yeah, but know what that feels like. So
Alexis, what do you have to say about that?
So before we move on to week 2, not everybody was actually very happy after the ranking ceremony went down. Foti, you may have pissed somebody off week 1.
Oh,
you want to talk about that?
Maybe. Well, I didn't save Chey, which pissed Chey off. If I did save Chey, I would have pissed off 2 people, which was Alexis and Michael.
Oh.
But looking back on it, would I have saved Chey? Probably. If I were to go back.
I pissed off 3, so what happened now?
You pissed off 3. And who were these 3 people that were pissed off at Foti after this? Would you like to raise your hand? I don't know who they were. Wow, nobody wants to admit it.
Wow, y'all, this is the reunion. Stop acting pussy.
Killer.
Well, Alexis raised the hand, Michael raised the hand, Chey raised the hand. Like, come on now.
I know that. I think I know like the general idea. I know it was.
I wasn't pissed, but I was just like, damn.
I was bad.
That sucks.
I'm about to say, I don't think we were as mad as Chey, but I was definitely feeling that type of way.
Yeah.
I was just shocked because like me and Foti work together in every season, but like I work together with a lot of people, but Foti's always my number one. Like and Foti knows that. I tell Foti everything. So I was shocked when he was like getting bitched down by Alexis and Michael. I was like, if you don't just save me, like fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I heard that conversation too. That was crazy. I was like, oh my god.
Sitting outside the door of that conversation.
Yeah, I was in the bathroom and I was just like, oh my god. Like they were Alexis was yelling. She sounded pretty serious, but I mean,
I was never...
And then she went home first.
So
why are we dogging her so much? Let her up.
No, why do we keep hitting her every single time?
Before we move on to Alexis and her story of traveling back home, let's get I keep hearing Alexis's name mentioned with Michael. Why do they keep being mentioned as a pair together?
Follow me. Follow me. Hypothetically speaking, because
it was more so
hypothetically.
Hypothetical.
The entire season, leading up to and Loki in the beginning, Alexis and Michael sitting in a tree. They weren't K-S-S-I-N-G. They weren't there yet, but they were real close.
That was Abbey.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
But they were getting really close.
Listen,
and like almost showmance vibe, and then
in Alexis's defense and mine a little bit, when we're in this house, I mean, you're in that house with people, so you can't, emotions are high, whether that be sadness, anger, hunger, or horny.
Don't act like this is a universal thing. When I was not thinking about who I wanted to fuck in that damn house. Don't lump us together, girl. Don't lump us together.
Okay, well, me and Alexis obviously were. So when the opportunity rose on a night of just us sitting around, being sober and lovely, we may have smooched.
Cherry, keep my name out.
May have.
I
don't know
anything about
Michael grabbed my head and smushed my head into my head.
I don't know if we're calling this.
No, that's what he does. Michael does not know how to kiss.
So
that wasn't a kiss.
Emily, you were part of it.
Okay, Abby, do you call this kissing?
She kind of looks like Donald Trump.
Don't play with that. Not too much, Miss Girl.
I'm not going to speak on it, but it wasn't the only one.
Abby, you're my sister.
Oh wow!
If I'm your sister, then you must be a Mr. Girl. Hello.
Well,
next question.
Misters.
That's shocking. Wow. I don't even know how to process that. Wow. That photo is just traumatizing. I need a moment.
I'm actually watching that video on the freeway.
I knew Alexis, you're mad.
I knew what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was doing.
No.
As soon as they said I'm getting ready, I ran to the kitchen, grabbed my phone. I said,
Ava.
Ava, control it.
And I sent it right to that group chat.
You made that car ride so dangerous.
They almost crashed, I think.
No, she was screaming.
You could feel the car start to rev up when she was watching the video. Like you could hear her like.
Oh my god!
It was like when it was in menopause.
No,
It just
we
had
can
like heat
imagine.
stroke and like steams coming out of her head. It was like that. It was scary.
Like,
Yeah.
Because
my
it was
question to
so
you, Alexis,
funny.
is how do you feel knowing that Emily and Abbey got it before you could?
Dangerous woman.
Well,
Me out of it.
Bro.
I'm hearing from inside sources that actually the video of Abbey and Michael kissing will not just be, you know, in the private ether anymore. It's actually going to be aired on Eliminator. It's going to be for everybody to see.
It's going to be in this
I can
reunion.
send it.
Everybody's gonna get, you know, Abbey. How do you feel, Abbey and Michael? How do you feel about that? You know,
Like I said, I was blinded by, I don't know really what, you know, and you know we were having like I said a sober Bible girl sesh, so we were all just obsessed with the Lord, and ooh. Anyway, it was a thing that happened. It was an experience. I don't know. No, because Michael, you were a little slut this whole time.
Okay.
No, because you were rating people's personalities.
Okay.
Do we remember that?
Wake
When you
it
rated
up.
people's asses?
Anyways, no. Anyways,
And Abbey was number one.
We're not going to paint this narrative.
I
I
will
don't
say-
think Michael was the problem.
It's not a narrative if it's a
It
fact.
happened.
I don't
will
think
say-
Michael was the problem.
I think everyone else was the problem jumping on my
One, I'm
personally.
a very open person. I don't view stuff like that to be an issue. So yes, I kiss my friends all the time.
Mwah,
Two,
Gabar.
I was being pressured by almost everybody to reveal the list, give the list, do this, do that. I was being pressured into that. It wasn't something that I
why
just
did
went
you
around
make the
telling
list?
people.
Like
I wasn't and who knows if
You
the
made
list was
the
real? Maybe I
list.
just made
You
it. Maybe I just made it up on the spot.
What
Did
is
y'all
the
ever
list?
think of that? Because I didn't even have a list. It was a
It's not
joke in the
to blame Michael
first
again.
place. But y'all just kept pushing the joke because I was perceived as this kind of slut on the show, and I didn't like that. But you know, I played along with the little slut of the show and gave a fake list, made up whatever list I could because that's how I was perceived, and that's how I had to act because I couldn't change the narrative. You guys wouldn't listen.
I do think it was a joke. I think it was a joke that went way too like we let that go on too long. Like that was like a funny. I should have been like a funny one day thing. It was a long thing that like we should have cut like ages ago.
But that's my 2 cents.
what was the list?
Oh god, I'll move on.
I don't even remember at this. Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh,
Personally, like I just forgot.
I mean,
No, I forgot. But
I remember top 3.
Oh, I remember the list now.
I remember the top 3.
I do remember like half the list.
Share with the class. What was
Go ahead, Jalen. Get your screen time.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I just know that.
Okay.
I just remember I was like top three, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I was. Okay.
Jalen was top 3.
Yeah. Eliov was like also.
You got the wrong list. You got the
I
wrong.
got
That
it
was
completely
you got the wrong. Now let me come in real quick. There was a list of that I asked Michael who had the best personality.
Oh, I mean,
and I said who has the best personality? Like who has a good ass? And Michael
That's the
gave
list?
like Jalen top 3. That's the list that Jalen was talking about.
I will say,
that was the. I thought it was.
I will say, me and Aaron are gonna watch a volleyball game together. We still have to do that.
Type shit.
So Michael,
I'm so sorry.
who is the top? Who is the top 3?
I thought it
was. I will say I am in a relationship right now, and
disregard.
Oh yeah, that list never.
Disregard,
happened.
Michael.
We are making that up. We're making that up. I mean, that list never happened.
This is all alleged.
No, this is alleged.
What are we talking about?
This is a show. Did we mention that?
Yeah, this happened over summer, and they know all about it. It's
a show.
This is a show for entertainment.
Right.
Eliminator stands for entertainment.
People were entertained. That is for sure. Moving on to the first actual elimination week of the season. We had like an endurance comp that week that I think this is actually one of the only competitions I remember the winner of. I think it was Michael that won. Y'all cheer! Woo! Everybody something, yes. So Michael, how did you feel winning something? Did you like expect to win anything coming into the season, or were you surprised?
I was surprised. Okay, if you know me on the online franchise, I can't win for shit. Like, that's just my thing. I can't win. And then I came in and it was an endurance comp, which I'm usually good at. Like, I don't usually win them, but I'm good at them. And so I was like, let me see if I can do this. And I ended up winning, which was one of my personal goals. So I was very happy. Having to make the choice later was not the best, but at the end of the day, it's a game and I had to do what I had to do.
Speaking of like the choice later on, I know that we mentioned earlier that you and Alexis were seen as like a duo together. So your name together is going to come up yet again. So what was going on there? Like what exactly happened in your
life? So as you know, Jacob, like you played this game before, you don't know what everybody's talking about. You only know what the conversations you had and what people told you. And what I was being told was that Alexis was going around telling everybody that we were a duo. And we all know that duos in games get targeted. You and Kara got targeted, Max and Ella got targeted, and I didn't want that for myself. I also knew that Alexis did lose 500 points the week before because of the dice roll. And I knew Jalen was also like towards the bottom. So I had like three choices. I could have saved Alexis and solidified the fact that we were a duo. I could have not used it, Alexis go home, because now we know the points and Alexis was under Jalen. And I lose the potential trust that Jalen would have had in me and the allies that Jalen had, which were Eliov, Ava, Aaron, Chey. Or I can save Jalen, gain the trust of Eliov, Aaron, Chey, Jalen, which would set me up for a better future game. Obviously, that didn't pan out, but at the time, I did think it was going to be for my best interest to save Jalen.
Didn't all of them vote you out?
That's why I said it didn't pan out.
I do have a question. I'm just confused about your thought process here, because if there isn't a clear alliance that's formed without you, and they're offering to and you think they're going to be your ally, wouldn't you be on the bottom of that totem pole?
I mean, I had just won a challenge, so it would have been harder to take me out personally, as we see unfortunately, Ava going home the next round, who was a part of that alliance.
I think his mindset worked because the show is not Big Brother.
That's true. And it's not Survivor.
It worked for Eliminator. It didn't work for Big Brother.
And that's why I went out.
Well, it's not like we knew it was going to be Big Brother anyway.
I think the only reason Michael went home is because he got put up against Aaron, but
was higher on the list. If anybody else but Foti had won that HOH, which we'll get to later, I probably would have been fine. But I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Alexis, how did you feel about like somebody who you came into the season, you know, some might say crushing, some might say number one. How did you feel not being saved by Michael?
Okay, the last time I even brought this up, Michael went on a whole rant in the group chat cussing me out. And so it's like, I want to speak on it, but like at the same time, do I want to get cussed out again for no reason?
Alexis, I give you my full, I give you my word I will not cuss you out. You can say what you want to say. I promise.
It's the reunion.
It's the reunion. You might as well bring it up now. Like, it's the last time we're going to talk about
it. What are we here for?
I wasn't
scared of out?
Cussing you getting cussed out. It was more so me cussing you back out.
Control it.
This is what I want to see.
So team cohesion.
All right, everybody, hit the like button right now if you haven't already.
Oh my God,
Jalen. Sorry.
So, getting like semi-betrayed by like someone that you saw as close to no one was beating my number one. Walking that game, Foti was my number one, ride or die. Like, I don't care. Like, that was my final two. That was my final girl.
Fuck you, Alexis.
No, maybe that's Abbey Miller. That's too much.
You, girl.
Abbey, baby, I wasn't your final two. Your final two was Cherry.
No, baby. No, I was gonna save you that week.
It was you, Alexis, because I went to Abbey and I said, are we found two? And you said, I don't know, girl. Alexis is my girl right now. And I sat there stuck, bitch. I was like, okay, bitch. Wow. Like, wow.
Y'all don't understand. If I would have won instead of Michael, Alexis would have been saved no matter fucking what. I would have turned that camera and been like, we don't even have to have a conversation. You're saved. So, but if I'm not your final two, if I wasn't your final two, I wasn't your final two, girl. Look how it turned out for you, girl. First out, color.
Oh, bro. Why do we keep hitting her like that? Like,
Love you. No, that's my sister.
She already went home first, right? We dragging her.
Yeah. Let's remind her a few more times. Alexis, what place did you...
To be fair, y'all had to keep getting up at the butt crack of dawn. I got to sleep in, and then I still got to make choices on y'all's game. So
exactly.
And you got to bond with Max.
I would say I agree, but I didn't get to make very many choices.
Oh.
We'll get there.
Oh,
the
this is
second the
going to be a
graveyard
fun
got
reunion.
bigger, you can go back. Like after we got to like 4 people in the graveyard, this was me every single time. I didn't care.
Bow.
It was only good for so long.
So speaking of the graveyard, it actually got introduced in this episode, I believe.
Yes.
And it was a very interesting twist. How did you guys feel knowing that you were basically going to have to, like compete in a pageant every week for votes? Like, were you guys excited? Or were you nervous?
When it was first revealed that it was a final, I was like, fuck yeah, I could be a bitch. And then it was like, oh, now I have to like actually nice to people. And then I was sad.
I had this like low-key same mindset, but in my head I was like, okay, it's a final, but then Chris was like, make sure your social game is good. Social game matters more this season than ever. So I was like, what fuck-ass twist is Chris gonna bring up to involve these out people?
That's just for social game to not matter.
It was honestly like the graveyard, at least for me, I mean, only affected me positively. I don't think I ever got mad at the graveyard. So I think it was a lovely twist to kind of like give a second oomph. Because I would have loved like a bottom 2 format of like 2 people dueling. I think that's what it's called. Like, is that a challenge? What is it called? I would like that because I hate when an eliminator where you're at the bottom rings, you go home. Like I want there to be one last fight, and I think the graveyard was that version of that. So I think I appreciated it.
Okay, so I do have production in my little earpiece yelling at me that we need to start moving it along. So, waves to my sister next to me, Depression. Hey, girl.
Depression,
the bitch queen. So I just have like my little list of topics. So we just go off of this now, okay? So I have here. Foti not saving Chey. Foti.
We already covered that.
We already talked about this. Never mind. How did everybody feel about their edit this season? Like, did you feel like you were represented accurately in the edit, or do you feel like you were under edited, or do you think other people were over edited? I feel like
I didn't care. I didn't care.
I felt villainized.
I stopped caring like after the 3rd episode. Like I figured where the edit was gonna go after that. But
I had a lot of confessionals where I was a really nice person, and all of those randomly got cut. And the only confessional clips I saw of myself were me low-key sneaking the fuck out of someone. And it was just sick. It was just twisted. Just hateful.
I was mad that like one of the biggest game moves I did or like was talking about were like story points all got cut from the episode, and then all had to be put in like deleted scenes on the Eliminator Instagram page, which I made. I thought it was I was annoyed. I was feeling my feels. It was the voting Cherry out of the circle. I was over it. The fact that it didn't even get shown. So instead of me describing why I did it, it was just 4 people calling me stupid, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, why don't you bring it up now so it's in a main episode? What did you do?
Okay, let's bring it up. I voted out Cherry because it was smart. And if I didn't do that, she would have gotten out there anyway. I mean, Eliov wasn't voting for himself. And Michael wasn't going to like say, oh, I'm going to tie it just to see what happens. So he was going to vote for Cherry too. So I just did that to stay longer in the challenge. And she was above me in rankings by like 1 placement. So I cut her down. And she would do the same thing to me. She's talked about it many a time.
I would. I kicked you way down, girl.
I think because like if we're just gonna express it, we all voted for awards, and that move was actually in the worst awards.
That was in blunders, and I disagree completely.
I think some people think it's a blunder because yes, you like got a good placement and you got the points, and like what happened was is that you lost Cherry as an ally because Cherry went home, and you also broke trust with me and Abby, where we considered both of you a close ally, and then like it ultimately just like didn't push you forward, I guess, in a way.
I mean,
forward your
I
relationship.
have a rebuttal question then. With the exception of you winning Reality Week HOH, what impact did you and Abby have to get Violet out?
I voted her out.
No, that wasn't a read, but like, what chance would you have had to like send Violet home with the exception of you winning Reality Week HOH?
That was the time.
I think what Foti is saying is that it's a blunder, not because he could have done something with now that Violet was an ally, but it was the fact that Violet could have had more of like a cushion that Violet had people to look at and be like, okay, these are my allies. They're gonna back me up here.
I completely understand why she did it. I understand why she did it.
I didn't have a cushion because I was about to go home.
No, yeah,
I was in the bottom two with Ava.
I mean, why don't we also talk about Abby taking away Cherry's box too?
Let's talk about it because Abby
Like,
sent that
that's,
bitch home
like-
too.
That was also,
She did worse
so
than
you
me.
can't say that was a blunder too. Whenever you were also super upset when Cherry went home. So
Well,
like,
in my opinion, there's two reasons why. One, because Abby made a worse blunder, as we all know.
Yep.
And two, because poor little Abby, bless her heart, is a little slow. So she didn't really compute in her head. She just saw a big number and ooh no, like a dinosaur.
No,
she literally made that noise. Cut the clip. She went, ooh.
I said like in the confessional and multiple times like no, I didn't take a really long time to think about it, but I mean at the base end of the game, I would not have had to make that decision of Alex bad box. I at the time me and Alex were our relationship was just getting there, so I was like, no, I don't really want the bad box. And then Cherry, but if Cherry didn't go out, if Cherry didn't went out, I wouldn't have to make that decision. And Violet, we have talked about this since the beginning of time. You've explained to me why you did it. I personally don't understand it because of what Foti did say. Like, it just didn't make sense for the effects after to your only allies kind of like not trust you anymore. I understand why you did it game wise, but it's not computing to me. And yes, I shot Cherry. You gave me the bullets. That's kind of like you kicked her out the door. I locked it.
The bullets were gonna be there regardless, Mama. She was going home.
What I'm hearing is the only innocent one is Foti.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Like at the end of the day,
control it.
Cherry was probably going home regardless, and I just kind of was like,
I was gonna quit.
I patted her back. So I mean, Violet, I do apologize on how that whole situation panned out because I mean, this game is not supposed to be personal, but I didn't know a lot of people going in, and so I made these personal connections, and so I guess I took things a little just too personal, and we saw what happened after. I mean, we all were there.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
you know what we got. There you go. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I accept your apology. I know you were like new to Eliminator and stuff, and so I wasn't gonna hold things against you. But like, it was just very like in the moment I got my feelings hurt really bad with the icing out and everything because we were roommates. We were in the same room and you wouldn't talk to me. So it was like
I don't know. I was happy that move was made personally. Bro, I was like, oh shit, I'm getting further in the challenge. Oh,
hello.
Violet, I think you ate personally.
Like, I think honestly, to support Violet, I think it helps build social capital with the other side because it formed to a side's kind of position, and with that, it raised Violet's level upwards. And I think that was honestly good for Violet because it showed that she was willing to play this game fluid.
Yeah, and also it helped it really did help her out in the middle and let other people believe that she was with them until that she would do things that would stir up the house.
Whatever do you mean? I would never do that.
Because I was really involved. I think Violet's move works a lot better if Reality Week isn't Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
Because with that being said, Violet wasn't on the top of people's radars, but no one is going out of their way to be like, hey, I'm gonna say Violet, right?
If we had more time to talk during Big Brother, I definitely think it would have been a whole different aspect.
No,
because I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody when I got nominated. It was like over.
Not Big Brother.
Especially the second week when Abbey won a veto and we
it was
went
immediate.
we went straight into voting.
Like literally.
I have a question. Just going back to Eliov's point. You're mentioning it showed that Violet played fluidly. My question is that really a valid point? Because y'all started the sides bullshit.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
That was you.
No,
there's literally a scene
I wasn't
shown
in a
of you
single
guys
side.
starting it. There
I
was
got
literally
lumped into a side.
Was there not a scene of you guys at the bench, literally grouping us all together, minus Eliov, which she ended up telling us, so we knew you guys were making sides.
Y'all were doing that even before the game even started. Y'all would all congregate together.
Because clock, in chronological order, right? It showed the confessional of me saying, I think there are going to be two sides, but that was after the fact that Eliov came down from the mountain because we recorded confessionals after the episode.
Well, the thing was, none of us had talked none of us talked about alliances that entire conversation at the hilltop while we were smoking.
It was shown in
we
the
were just talking about.
So it was just fabricated. It appeared. The conversation poofed.
Also, I just want to say this because I wanted to announce this, but I didn't. Violet, I do think it was smart because it wasn't anything against Cherry, but Cherry was literally eye bowling the entire time. So at a point, Cherry was gonna go because she just didn't give a fuck.
She said she didn't give a fuck. She was literally she was mad at the moment, and then 2 minutes later, she went, "Oh, I don't care."
If it wasn't Big Brother and the time restraint wasn't so low, because I literally remember saying if we had more time, Violet would have stayed because I wanted to ask people if we could flip the vote. We just didn't have time to do so.
Oh, Emily Dodge.
Or if Abby used the goddamn veto, but I mean,
the pressure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Emily.
The pressure eliminator TV fucking mega neat.
I'm gonna just clarify this very quickly. You guys asked for time, and it's on video. I said, okay, I'll give you 3 minutes to go talk. And you all sat there and didn't move. And then Michael began his, I'm going to say I'm going home speech. It's on video. I said verbal, because you guys asked. You said, can we have time to talk? I said, you have 3 minutes.
Not that
we're talking about the second week.
We're talking about the second week.
I thought you meant in general. I was like,
no.
Even though 3 minutes is not a
because in the second week, you just shoved us right into eviction.
No, literally, what happened was Abby won the veto. She got the necklace on, and then she walked to the living room and was like, "Okay."
Well, me and Abby are the only ones that actually got
the only time we talked was veto meeting, and after a veto meeting, she said, "Fuck y'all, we're going to voting."
I think honestly, there was slowly the impact of the quote unquote sides disappearing because I know Fanta was joked about being a fake alliance, whatever the fuck.
Love
Here's the
Fanta.
thing. It was not fake to me because I genuinely did want to work with Michael and Abbey and Chey. And honestly, I really wanted to work with them, and it just didn't plan out that way, which is so unfortunate. But I think there was some reciprocity because Abbey didn't use a veto. So I don't know. At the end of the day.
It was funny because you got back to me right after y'all's conversation. You're like, "Oh, Taylor, by the way, Fanta is not real for you or anything about it," and it wasn't recorded.
That's what I told you, but it was just real to me.
Yeah,
you could tell it was real, by confessionals. I was in the confessional saying I love Abbey. I want Abbey in the final. Da da da. I actually grew such a connection with Abbey, and then Abbey smacked me. But
no. Can I please say, Chey? In this most recent episode, you put water in my thing first. And then I put yours in, and you acted like I was a bitch.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the final. I'm talking about you just kept adding bricks to me.
Which, about the final, I mean...
We're not talking about the final yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I will talk about... Thank you, Eliov, for bringing it up, and Jalen will be talking about it.
Well, I'm just going to have to interrupt you because y'all have been rambling for a good few minutes. Okay. So I'm gonna
we're yappers
and just because this is not gonna be the length of Wicked or whatever. Sorry, y'all.
It's good in there. It's good in there.
I think Abby should talk about it just because it's a blender. Consider blender, but honestly, go ahead.
And she's also been trying to talk for a while.
This is very true.
Give really 2 minutes, and then we can like go like move on.
Time me. I'll be quick.
Look, I'll time it right now.
So, Jalen, the decision not to use the video in the week one, I really in the moment just everything because there was a clip of Aiden saying, "You're safe, Abbey." It was just so much. I was like, okay, I thought I was using it on myself, and also we never worked together in the whole entire game. You pulled me in and you weren't telling me directions. You didn't say use this on somebody. I'm going to put Eliov up. You said, oh, I'll put up a big contender. I wasn't thinking about that.
Obviously, you're safe. I even screenshotted me telling you because you won.
Okay, again, didn't come in the brain. Didn't come in the brain.
You didn't know that's how Big Brother works.
That and also why would I kind of like do what you're telling me to do when we haven't worked together? We haven't. And also, I wanted Violet to go home. So no matter what, I knew Violet would go home because Emily was more of a popular person. And so can we please shoot it in the back? I get the decision was dumb. It wouldn't have changed anything. I probably wouldn't be in the final if we did send Eliov home then. So it happened. It's done. Shoot it.
I mean, she low-key clocked because Oomph wouldn't have saved Oomph.
Yeah, she's right.
So
you don't have to say Oomph.
I do apologize that your master plan of sending Eliov home didn't work. But
this is gonna
here
get
we are.
This is gonna get
after. I'm sorry. Go with Jacob.
Thank you, girls. Thank you. Lovely, lovely 2 minutes there.
That was a minute.
A minute 18.
Oh.
They timed her, girl.
Oh. So moving on to, another big moment of the season that, I believe we just saw between two wonderful ladies, Ava and Cherry. Where did that so who wants to take the lead on all that? Because there's a lot.
I'll go first.
Of course you will.
I truly don't know where it started because we all asked questions at the graveyard. Everyone in the graveyard had talked with people there before. I don't think it was shown in that episode, but when the other people were coming up to the graveyard, the other people were asking questions too. Like Abbey came in talking about the social dynamics of the game and ranking ceremony and blah blah blah, and she was going to ask questions too. And Jalen had finished talking, and I had said, "What would be the point of keeping you safe? You can't fully do the final because we were told that there was challenges we do. He had to sit out, and it's a final. There's going to be physical shit. So why would we save him when, like Abbey, for example, could do the final? She might not win. She's fast, she can't run. But you know what? She can still fully do it.
Cherry, I got third in the running comp. First episode, whatever, bitch.
Unfortunately, that's not how I remember it. But
but from what I gathered and from what I watched in the episode, cause I pre-episode I was told that it looked a little crazy, but I watched it right, and no shade. That wasn't the only time you popped him in his mouth when he started talking and went on this rant. And not only that, right, what made it worse is clocked that pre-camera. Before the camera went on, I made sure I actually asked, I said, are we allowed to talk over the people? Do we have to listen to them? Right? And the answer I was given was, no, Ava. You don't have to listen to them, but you can't talk over them. Right. So I sat there, and Abbey and Emily can tell you, if you check the clip, when Abbey and Emily both walked into the room, I stole Chey's AirPods, and I had them on my head, and I was bumping my music, and I was paying them dust. And you had AirPods in your ear, but you chose to talk over him.
See, you can say that, but the problem is you're the reason why I kept going. If my question had just been asked, it would have been fine. You kept screaming. You took up more time than me.
The only reason why Ava was even going to do it because
we don't got to do a 2v1 right here. I'm having a conversation with Ava, so I'm talking with Ava. Okay, you don't got to jump in.
Cherry, it has to do with me.
But I was there. Cherry, I can talk with Ava, and then I can talk with you. I can talk with Ava, and I can talk with you. Okay,
No, because this is the point of the reunion.
I'm the host of the reunion. I'm going to butt in real quick. Thank you. Let Cherry talk with Ava first, and then Cherry can move on to you.
Thank you. You talked more than I did. You screamed. So you cannot sit here and say that I was cutting them off and I was taking more time when you took up the most time. You were screaming and yelling and throwing a fit.
We can watch it. You also am so, and I know I'm not crazy, right? Because yes, I spoke a little bit, but I definitely didn't take as much time as you did. If not, it was evenly split. And so I made sure I looked out for it because Miss Depression Rose herself was like, Ava, I'm gonna put the whole thing in so everyone can make their own opinions on the situation. And no shade, let's not act like I was the issue. I was the only one talking. Because yes, I kept going, but no shade, I can't argue with my fucking self.
So wait. You
definitely
may have
the one
taken up
egging
more
it on
time,
first.
but it's still my fault because
you at first.
I understand that, but if the question had just been answered, that would have been fine. You kept the conversation going. You kept the fight going.
We can watch it together if you
play
want to.
Play the clip.
Play the clip.
Play the clip.
Because I know I'm not crazy, right? I sat there silent. I spoke my 2 words, and then you kept going, and then I got loud. Let's not pay me like the villain.
I need a drink.
You're the one.
Cheers.
We all watched it together.
And like he finished talking. I asked a question. And if he continued talking, I would have probably just said, I didn't mean to cut you off, keep going. But you immediately cut me off and said, well, we're not gonna do is
he tried to keep talking, Sherry. He tried to keep talking, and you were the one talking.
Play the video then.
I shut up eventually.
You cut him off. Play the video then.
We did. I'm watching it now, ho.
Play it to the camera.
Right now.
Put it in the camera.
The fuck you mean watch the video back, bitch? I'm watching it. like you're playing me like I'm crazy, right? But I shut up at a point, and you were just still going. It was just yap. So I got loud.
Who would I be talking? Just I'm gonna quote you, Ava. I can't argue with my damn self. Who was I talking to?
You were ranting. You had your fucking Oprah Winfrey speech edit when this was fucking talking. You were just yelling and yelling and yelling.
Again, who was I? Again, Ava, who was I talking to? I can't argue with my damn self. Who was I talking to?
Must have been schizophrenic, your imaginary fucking friend. I know who the fuck you were talking to.
So again, I make a comment. So you do a comment. Oh, I wasn't arguing with my damn self. So when I do it, all of a sudden I'm crazy, right? Right.
All right, Jalen, what do you have to say on this matter?
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah, go ahead, Jalen. Okay, I'm done.
No, Jalen. I feel like it's very valid. No, so what I basically said is I just wanted a chance to prove myself. I was mid-statement, and you said, don't you think you already did that already? I'm pretty sure that is what you said there. And then you kept going on and arguing with Ava. I personally didn't want to watch the video because I didn't really care much for like wanting to relive it over and over and over again. But so
wait, hold on here. Okay. I'm confused.
We're holding.
You're saying you believe your fantasy, but you won't watch the video because you don't want to see it. Okay.
I'm holding space.
Terry, say what you got to say because it's always going to be like you want to say what you want to say.
I just did.
But the second anyone tries to match the energy with you in real life, you start running away and then you get body blocked. Like that's how it went.
I was being told to leave. I was running fucking away because I sat there 10 toes down, ready to get my ass beat.
Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say now, so that way.
I am right now. I am right now, bitch.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Here.
Okay.
I'm talking right now, aren't I? I'm talking right now.
Let's hear it.
Y'all. Just so it's not like a dog pile on anybody specifically. Ask who, when y'all, after that whole thing, we were sitting on the couch. I believe it was me, I think Foti, maybe. No, Foti, you were in the graveyard. I don't know who was sitting next to me.
I don't know.
Me.
When Jalen, you said, she's not letting me talk. Did I say that's not cool? I said that, right? I feel like I said that.
I do.
If you don't remember, I said that's not cool. Because me and Cherry do have a relationship, but I'm not just going to say, oh, she's right because she's my friend. But watching the clip back, no one was right or wrong in that situation. You both were, well, there was people wrong. You both were interrupting him. You both were taking his time up. There was like 30 seconds and y'all were keep going. 30 seconds. Oh, he's got 20 seconds. Y'all kept going. Before the clip was shown to me, I thought Cherry was always fully in the wrong. But Ava, you can't sit here and say that you're being painted as a villain. You both were wrong. So
I'm not saying I was peachy keen. I'm not saying I was peachy keen. I'm just saying that it's not just me who's the bad guy here, because it feels like it's all of a sudden jump Cherry and like, oh, I'm the one to take up all the fucking time. When that's not the case. We both take up the time. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, you both were wrong.
Yeah, we were arguing. We both were.
It's not just a Cherry bad situation. So I mean, whatever y'all feel about her, she was not the only person in the wrong. You both were wrong. So that's what it is.
Yeah,
Y'all
but then
both
the
talked.
continuing to antagonize, like, consistently
hold on.
afterwards.
The reason me and Cherry almost
She
fought was
didn't
not my fault,
antagonize
though.
because she left.
She left. Y'all were chasing her out of the room. She
left.
kept
Jalen,
going
y'all,
after her.
I was in a different
You watch it. I was the one who fucking left.
Jalen, you called me a thing and a homeless cohort, and I'm the one antagonizing, right?
Well, yeah, okay. So why did I do that again? You think I did that because I woke up one day and decided to start doing
I'm the one taking on the
Cherry,
fight.
for the last couple of months, you wouldn't give me a fucking break. Like, for the last couple of months, you wouldn't give me a fucking break for whatever the fuck that I don't even know you.
Again, I'm not talking about the last 2 months. I'm talking about that fight.
No,
I'm
but
talking
I'm
about that
talking about
fight.
no,
I'm talking about that
because
fight.
you
I'm
asked
talking
me
about
if it
that
was
fight.
warranted, right? Because you asked me if it was warranted, right? And you're saying I'm the one antagonizing, but for the past couple of months, you started it, and now you get upset whenever I do it.
I'm not talking about the past few months. I am talking about right here. I'm talking about right then in that fight. You kept the fight going. You kept the fight going. What are you saying exactly?
Tab context.
The context matters. Be an adult
By
now,
tab
Cherry.
context.
Come on, think about it.
But can
Think
I just
about it.
say, right, because we're not going to play the we chase Cherry down. I left the room first. I was the one who left after that argument. It's in the fucking clip. I left the room, right, and I walked into the living room, and I can paint the picture for y'all. It was Abbey and someone else sitting on the couch, right, and she was like, I heard you. And it was Emily, and you were like, I heard you yelling. What happened? And I said, well, me and Cherry got into a fight. And I walked out, and then I walked back in, and me and Cherry started fighting again because Cherry said something to me, right? Does that paint the narrative, right? And then I walked back out a second time, and the third time I walked in, we started fighting.
Again, y'all acting like I was the one egging
Okay,
y'all on.
blame us again.
You're the one that continued the fight after I was gone. I got called a little boy. I got called a thing. I got called an it.
I called you
called the homeless cohort. Like I'm not saying like. All I'm saying is, y'all cannot act like you're brand new and you didn't do shit wrong. Like I'm not saying I'm saying I was innocent.
I can admit in Jalen's talking time, we were both the issue. But
I'm fine with that, Ava. I'm fine with that. I'm not saying you're saying the bad guy here. We were both wrong here.
But the reason we almost got into a fight is because I walked back into the room and you said some stupid shit.
So none of that merits calling a trans woman a thing
I didn't call
or a
her.
boy.
I called her.
Ava, you didn't. Ava, you didn't. But some people did. So can we just?
Well, I say thing or hit whenever anyone disrespects. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. It doesn't matter who you like. It doesn't matter.
So wait
to me.
Wait a minute.
You could
wait
be
a minute.
Ava,
I can't say
Cherry,
shit, right? I
Chris,
can't say
Sarah.
shit. But when you say shit, it's all of a sudden.
Okay,
it's all
Cherry,
of a
let's go ahead and
reasonable
name it out.
excuse, right, bitch?
Okay,
Right?
I'm so sorry for exposing.
I agree.
I'm sorry for
I
exposing.
agree. It's wrong, but how does this have anything to do with me and Cherry almost fighting?
It doesn't.
It was said during
Abbey is saying it doesn't involve you. Abbey is saying that that you're not. It's not about you, Ava. Abbey is saying the fact that it happened is the problem. The fact that it happened and y'all act like I'm the bad guy here, and that I was the only one in the wrong is the problem. And I agree with that. I'm not saying I was in the right. I did shit fucked up too. I'm not a saint. Like whatever. But the fact that y'all are sitting here and acting like I was the only person that was doing shit is the problem.
Who's y'all?
Right.
Jalen.
Anyway,
I mean, I didn't place full blame on you, but we're talking about other. I was specifically talking about other things. Like, for example, you say that I come at you with this antagonizing, calling you whatever, like it or that thing or whatever.
Call me a thing and an it. That's
yeah, okay.
That's little and simple, bitch.
And now what? And so what? I called you an it or a thing. What you gonna do about it?
What
you gonna do?
I'm telling you that's wrong.
Cherry, I dare you. I dare you to do something about it. You
cannot. That's a fucking trans woman. You can't just call them an it.
Look. In the context.
I got you so mad, don't I? I got you so mad, don't I?
I think
we need a pause.
I
love y'all. I want to say one thing.
We need a second to pause. Go ahead and click that mute all button. That mute all button is what we need to click. We need
I think it's crazy because weren't you the first person to create a full list of things that you don't like about me before I even had a conversation with you?
Bitch. I will read them
exactly.
Right
now
here.
you're surprised. Now you're surprised.
I sure did.
Now you're surprised.
I will read them like a fucking poem, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Can we get this reunion going, y'all? Can we get this reunion going?
So wait. Just last thing, just because I don't like you and I have reason not to like you, that gives you warrant to be transphobic. That's what you're saying.
I didn't be transphobic.
That's
what did I say? I was transphobic to?
Yes, you called me in a thing.
Do you think that was? I wasn't purpose. Bro, I
You
say that
just
to
said
any.
that.
Okay,
We
okay,
just said that.
fine. Okay,
Didn't
okay.
we?
You can ask any of my friends. I will call anyone an
I
it
don't
or
give
a
a
thing
fuck
if
about
I'm
your
trying to
fucking
read them.
friends. I
Do you
don't
think
give a
that
fucking
okay? So because
fine fuck if your friends are trans.
so
I'm
if I
saying
call
right
so
here,
if I
right
call
now,
Ava it right now, am I being racist? Like no, that's just because I'm reading Ava down. It
What's that
doesn't
have to
fucking
do with
matter who the fuck
what?
you think you are.
What?
It really
You are
doesn't
in
matter.
fucking sane. You are in
Okay,
fucking sane.
okay.
I
So
love gay porn.
Like,
yes, because I
move
say
on,
it or a thing
please?
that means I'm being transphobic.
Can we move on from this? Like we have more things to talk about.
There's
We need to
more.
pause.
There's gonna be more fights.
Right.
Because I'm hearing what Jalen's saying. It's just not sounding good. Okay, so let's gather. Let's bring it back in.
Because I'll try to be calm.
What
but
I believe
As
Jalen is
a wise
saying.
woman once said, "Let's cut that footage out and let's move on."
Y'all can cut that out, by the way.
Y'all can delete that
I
footage, by
don't
the
think
way.
that's the. I don't think this is a move on kind of. I don't think this is really moving
this
on.
is not a
from
move
that.
on type of thing. I don't know why it's always.
I honestly
this.
think
like
Let them
just
finish
what
their
I'm hearing,
sentence and then we can move on.
I don't think Jalen was calling Cherry an it as in because Cherry was trans. I think it's just like a thing he says in general. Because I've been called an it personally, so I don't think he meant it in a I'm calling you an it. It looks bad. It really does.
It really does. It really does.
Well,
My
I don't think
best
he meant
friend
it in
is
that
literally
context.
what? Yeah, if you think I would go down to that level, that's insane. But my best friend is.
I understand what Ava is saying.
Transgender,
What I'm gonna say is,
but yeah, but it's fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cherry. Go.
I understand what Ava's saying. The thing is, though, it still happened. That's the point. If someone's accidentally bigoted, if their intention to or not, that's not the point. It's the fact they were bigoted. That's the issue here. And the fact that you don't seem to understand that aspect is when you're full ass grown man.
You're really
it's just
no, Cherry. You can't do that. I'm no offense.
Okay, can we move on? Thank you so much,
can move
guys.
on after
Move
that.
on.
That's
Thank you.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Move on. Thank you. Next question. Hi. Jacob?
I thought I wasn't the host anymore. I'm sorry for a second. So we can move on. Chey, when you
Hey sis.
It's Christmas.
Right before the finale, you sent yourself home.
Allegedly.
But then
In theory.
But then coming into the final, in walks you. What happened? Walk us through what happened that night that led to you coming back to the final.
So, whenever everything was going down, I had a feeling they were gonna fuck Eliov over heavily. And he had already been fucked over repeatedly. He was putting his effort in, and that's my best friend. So my entire thought process, and I think I asked Chris before everything happened, I was like, could I give up my spot? I was curious. And I got a yes. And if Eliov did go home, I was going to sacrifice myself. I knew and I felt he would be better in that final than me. And I'd rather him win than people who've been repeatedly fucking him over. I felt like he deserved it the most. So whenever it got there, and I physically could see he was upset and I knew he deserved it, I sacrificed myself. Did I think I deserved it? Yeah, but I thought he deserved it more. So I fully sacrificed myself and I would do it again. What happened was he didn't accept it at a point. I think he pulled production aside and said no. So I still got to compete. I do wish he competed, but I am still grateful that he let me compete. But regardless, I would do that again and again. I don't care.
Well, Eliov, speak on what happened off camera and like your head going into that.
I'll say that my connection with Chey is literally genuinely like one of a kind. Like I literally love Chey, and no amount of money would ever make me sacrifice any sort of bond with Chey at all whatsoever. I don't care how much it was. I don't care if it was worth like a million. Maybe go and be like, yes, give me your spot, give me your spot. But like, like at the end of the day, like to me, I feel like Chey was giving me her spot in the sense of like you work so hard to be where you are, but also in the sense that maybe she didn't think that she could do it herself. And I truly believe that Chey is the underdog of this entire season. And I as much as I believe in my own capabilities, if I did do final or whatever the case, I believe in Chey so much that it wasn't a question to me at all whatsoever. She deserved that spot. She was winning challenges over and over and over. And I just thought it would be selfish on my act to take her spot when she did so much of the work to get it. I may have helped her in some cases at the very beginning, but she did a lot of work herself, socially, physically, strategically, you name it, she did it. So
can I add on to that? Because like I kind of was like the knife that struck the wound low key, because I did save Miss Abbey meringue pie. I truly believed, and I said it's in like a whole entire confessional, that Eliov was a threat. Everybody knew that. Like that was a whole consensus. Everybody knew that Eliov was a threat and everything. And Chey, you were a threat too. You were the people's princess. Everybody knew that as well, alongside with Abbey. And I couldn't take I felt like I had to take the risk just then for bettering in my game, because I love this alliance thing that was going, but it irked me the wrong way in the beginning that I was just like the side hustle in the beginning, which that it loomed in my mind like the whole entire time. Like everybody came to me, like Jalen came to me, so like, oh, I have this alliance with like Ava, Eliov, Chey. Chey came up to me and be like, oh, we got you, but it never really pertained to me. Like I just it like that was just like it irked me a little bit the wrong way, and I felt like I had to take the chance to better my game, because Eliav, you would clear me like I feel like you clear me physically and everything like 24/7. I truly believe that, and I felt like that was the move that I had to make for my game. It hurt though, but that was the move that I had to make for my game. So
to me, it hurt me to a whole different level because I was very much a loyalist when I played this game. I quite literally would do anything I could to protect the people I was working with. And knowing that people wanted me out for several weeks that I was literally working with broke my absolute heart. And I would literally talk to Chey and be like, they're targeting me, I don't know what to do. And Chey would be the glue that held everything together. And it was so disheartening because I just felt like in my heart I could never betray someone. And getting betrayed by the people you were absolutely working so close with, it hurt. And I'm still very upset about it.
I never voted you out. I never wanted you gone.
That's creep. Which is why
I never voted you out.
Wow, I wonder.
Wow.
I wonder.
But thank you, Aaron, for carrying me to the final.
It wasn't a carry though, because like by points wise we saw like you were going to the final regardless. At least or did I miscalculate that? But I thought you were going to the final regardless. Did I save you?
No, I think I was at the bottom.
Oh, 8. Then that makes it look even 10 times worse. But
control it.
Yeah. Can we get a confirmation? Was Abbey at the bottom at the final 5? Before I say my piece.
Yeah, that was 4.
We actually don't know.
No, yeah, she wasn't at the bottom.
I was gonna say there's obviously footage of it this is getting filmed before Final 5 gets posted, but on my chart, if you give me a second to pull it up.
Is it not Emily, Abbey, Eliov, Aaron, Chey?
I was gonna say, if I'm correct, my chart says that Emily would have gone home had she not been saved.
And then the graveyard saved Emily, and then it was Abbey, but you saved Abbey, so Eliov was 3rd, you were 2nd, she was 1st. Yeah,
like
I know my logic.
Yes, Emily was bottom of rankings.
Yeah, because I generally heard them.
Oh my god, literally, basically, I felt like the entire house just lit me on fire, threw me in a dumpster, said you're fucking trash, and just threw me away.
But we did the same thing that we did.
Well, since we're speaking on the entire house, that final graveyard week, I hold Violet's hand, because Violet was the realist, right? Because we all sat in that kitchen with the exception of Michael, and we were all like, yeah, we're gonna save Eliov, right? And then not a single fucking person saved Eliov but me and Violet.
I was surprised. I was like, what happened?
Sorry to cut you in, sorry to really cut you off, but I figured that was going to happen. Either Emily or Eliov was going to get saved by the graveyard, and if you wasn't safe, I was like, okay, from the previous week, you were below me in points. I feel like this, if any moment, this is the moment to do it. And I truly believe that if he was in that final, he would clear me, and I was focusing on like trying to be in that final for myself. So that's like all that there is to it. Point blank, period. That's all there is to it.
Perspective, completely understand. But just from like a friend perspective, it hurt. It hurt.
I know. It hurt me too. Like trust, like it hurt me too.
Even
like,
if you like told me beforehand, which I guess like it felt more of a shock because you didn't tell me at all whatsoever. You just kind of did it, and you're like you know it's gonna happen. I'm so sorry. Like oops, but like I just thought like you could have been a little bit more upfront with it.
I felt like if I told you, you would have went to the graveyard, and then my chances would just been like shot with an arrow. Like that's what I felt like.
So
Generally.
cool, you guys.
That week we actually didn't get to talk to anybody. I will say that.
Yeah, we didn't talk that much.
And that's why everybody was so divided and we didn't know who we were going to say. I told everybody who I was.
It's not even Chris's fault this time because Chris asked us if we needed time to talk, and we all sat in that kitchen, and we were like,
we're good.
No, and then we definitely
were like, no, we don't need it
because we all them were saving Eliov. Chris gave us the option. We were like, no, we don't need to waste time. We all know what we're doing, and then no one saved Eliov.
Like. It turned into like the graveyard towards the last few days turned into like Survivor because bitches were lying to each other, and I was like, I'm going to tribal council getting blindsided. I thought I'm saving Eliov. What's going on?
I just want to say something though before anything. I understand that like you say like Eliov's a threat and everything, but my main issue, and this is like with both you and Jalen, is that you guys were already targeting him a little bit before Reality Week started, and this was going on over and over, and I feel like I had to keep trying to like keep the alliance together. And this wasn't even like you weren't even just targeting him, but you're also to like you guys were targeting each other and just kept going around in this big circle, and I was trying to keep it all together. And it just felt like you guys just self-sabotaging our chances of getting to that final. And like I get, yes, we're threats, but there was other threats outside the alliance. So you were just causing the graveyard to have more numbers to send them. If you know what I mean.
If it wasn't for Chey, I would have fully flipped and worked with the other people, to be honest.
And I would have joined him.
Fanta would have been real, y'all. Fanta would have been real.
We would have had a little Abbey's beach party for like the entire season.
I told you, you should have came over to the dark side, girl.
What the fuck?
I understand that statement. I think the reason why I was so motivated to kind of just throw shit to the wall and actually like go hard at Eliov and even Aaron a little bit, because he did tell me Aaron was targeting me, was because I knew I couldn't compete with the shit. Like it was over. Like you guys, I mean, I'm not sure about Aaron, but like with me, like you guys were going to have the opportunity and the benefit of being able to compete in challenges that I couldn't compete in, right? And so like my only way of being able to target you guys was one, during that final 7 comp, and two, during Reality Week. And so I tried to like make the move, right? Because I'm just a gamer. Like I'm a game bot. Like I'm not like some like Chey, you know that, Aaron, you know that, Eliov. You probably know that by now. Like that's just like the way I move. You can ask Michael, two people I've played with in games. Like I just do shit like out of like my pure own benefit. Like, and I guess I'll like wear that. But like I wasn't trying to make it personal. Like
I've seen Jalen spam to 12,000 nonstop, and it was actually scary.
And this is coming from Foti the game.
Can we move on, maybe?
I'll step in because I believe that my mother Depressia has some viewer questions for all.
The viewer. Not at blurring by.
We're gonna give our lovely host Jacob a minute to breathe.
Yeah,
she had that whole fight to breathe.
I got a wisdom tooth coming in, y'all. Leave me alone.
Well, all right. So I'm just gonna ask a few questions that I had gotten on my Instagram story that we had gotten before. I'm gonna ask very politely that we keep the answers short. Let's not try to argue during these. Let's please just try to answer the question. Okay, let's just try to answer the question and move on.
Let's see what the question is.
First question is, Michael, why did you cry to manipulate others? And this person specifically asked me to say that it was from Alex.
From Alex?
It's from Alex Tate. Alex Tate asked me to ask that.
Oh, that's nasty!
Okay, so...
Bark back, bitch!
Alex, you're growing balls. I love you.
Happy
Okay, so... trying to manipulate others is a crazy statement because if you know me, I am a very emotional person in general. I cry a lot in my home. I cry a lot in general because that's who I am. I am an emotional person. And granted, this game was stressful. This game was something that I wasn't expecting. I was literally invited like 2 months in advance. I did not have time to mentally prepare myself for this. I did not have time to get into a headspace. I had to just go in and try to deal with this stressful situation by myself. Maybe it made other people's perception of me like shift. Maybe it helped my game. That wasn't my intention. But if it works, it works. I came to play a game. I came to get $1,000. If I'm going to use my emotions to manipulate people, then I'm going to use them because, baby, I wanted to win.
Bow.
Wow. Move on before we pass my phone.
In tradition, a viewer asked, who smelled the worst? We're going to go down the line. Alexis, you can go first. Which contestant smelled the worst?
I plead the fifth.
No, answer the question.
Name somebody.
Why am I going first?
Because you're first on my screen.
We got 20 seconds, girl. Come on. Just saying
I can do it. I'm a bad bitch. You want me to go?
Go, Eva.
Abby's booty bombs.
Fuck you.
I have a hypothetical question. Not hypothetical, but a follow-up question. Are we talking about as in like in general, like most of the time?
However you want to interpret the question.
On occasion.
However you want to interpret the question.
And we're talking about on occasion, Emily's booty bombs were the most disgusting thing in the world. That was World War 4, 5, 6, and 7. If we're talking about like on a day-to-day basis, I'm not commenting on that one right now.
Yeah, we can move on.
Anybody else want to answer the question?
I thought you were going down the line.
I thought you were going down the line. Why did you
Alex?
I'm not going down the line.
Everyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna go, and then I'll go. So
I will comment on this, and this was just like a one-time thing. Like this first one wasn't smelling. I don't think anyone in the cast really like was go take a shower, you stink pig, comma butt.
Of course.
It was shut up. It was after a particularly hot day. I remember it was I think we were just talking. It was me, Ava, and Alex, and I said, "Whew, Alex is ripe. He needs to go reapply." He left, and the smell was still there. And I was like, and I vocalized that to Ava, and I was like, "Oh no!" And Ava, you don't stink, comma but. In that moment, you smelled like a Baconator. It was very Wendy. It was very Wendy's.
Oh my!
And we all stink. We all smell. It was so hot. It was so hot.
No, see, and you know what I did? I got in the shower after that. Unlike, points at the camera. I conversed with a couple people, off on my own time, and I haven't seen. I never saw. They could have. No hate. I never saw a certain person get in the shower.
Say their name.
Say their name.
Oh, I just really love pink. I don't know. I just love pink.
Say butter tsunami.
Oh, no. Shay
other
took
pink.
too long.
Shay took too long showers. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right?
Shay was in the shower for too long.
I never took notes.
I was a bit confused. I was like, wait.
I didn't write those down.
Are you saying penis stank, girl?
No. I'm talking about this bright pink fur coat with the pink eyeshadow.
Alex Kate stunk.
No.
Oh,
go by.
No. I was just
Alex,
clearing it up.
Yeah.
We would all
definitely
have our
took
days.
showers.
There's actually a specific moment I'm referring to as well. Remember when we all got in this lake, right? We had our moment in the lake, and we all walked inside.
Oh,
and it was like, okay, there's 3 showers. I'll let you know when the shower's open. And Alex Tate walked in the house and was like, I'll just shower later. And I saw her the next day in the exact same clothes she was wearing when she said, I'll shower later. And I just had to look at the camera. The camera I looked at, and I said, oh, okay.
Well, this was a fun question, wasn't it, guys?
It wasn't.
Can I get to the question?
Hold on. No, I saw him go down the line. Cherry.
I'm gonna say Abbey only because one time it was before the season started. She had taken a shower. She sat on me. Whiff, girl. It was like a locker room up in there. It was scary.
First sit down there.
All right, Eliov.
Oh.
Me, because the flies were swarming me during that one call.
Okay.
Yeah.
They already answered the question, I
He's
think.
playing the middle. I can't.
Geniality.
I miss congeniality.
Playing a game.
The game's over, Eliov. It's fine. I'm just kidding.
Okay, it's Jalen.
I don't think anyone
it's me.
necessarily stunk, but someone had like a very strong smell to them at one point. And it like it mainly for me because I hate like the smoke of like smoke or like cigarettes and stuff. But like someone had like that like a breathy smell of that, and it was like Alex. And I remember he was like talking to me, and I was gagging. I was like I wasn't gagging like gagging, but I was like
gagging.
I was like gagging. I was like this is right. Like I have asthma. Like I can tell. Like I can tell. And I remember I was just smiling. I was like,
okay. I know we said no side comments, but can we just break up? Remember when it was raining and Alex was sitting up top of the hill just
Jalen broke his finger. Everyone's a mess. You see Axe outside.
That's not what he was doing.
Hidden his vape.
Oh, I think we need to move on.
I'm gonna move on to the next question. Because of how long
we said we're gonna keep it short.
Wait,
I know.
I
I'm
want to
trying
answer the
to.
question. I want to answer the question.
Go ahead, Violet. Take it quick.
I'm allowed to answer this because I was the only bitch that lived with her in the same room.
Okay, so it was Abby. Thank you.
But wait,
Moving
no,
on.
wait. It's not just Abby, and not just her, because she didn't smell bad as a whole. It was her goddamn feet.
Oh my god!
I did sleep with my shoes on when we went
Every day.
Oh my god!
And oh my god, the Crocs, they were right.
We are gonna move on. Abby, you seem very congenial throughout the season. Did you not get along with anybody?
That's a aren't you gonna name who asked this question?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was me.
I pretty much across the board, I didn't really know much people going into the season, so I made my own opinions there. What the question is who I did not get along with?
Yes.
I mean, I just think there was people I just didn't talk to. I mean, Jalen's one of them. I mean, we never really intersected. And then like Aaron, we never intersected really much. Eliov, we never really talked. I just kind of like, I feel like the house was very like,
Eliov, control it.
Like that.
What is he talking about?
I'm just not.
Control it.
I was agreeing until you said my name. Like, are you kidding me?
Did we like sit down and have a conversation? Be like, hey girl, what's your name? I
Yeah,
don't
you
remember.
Eliov's
I
got
don't
it.
remember.
Eliov's got it.
But I mean, I have my opinions on people from what was there. Actually, I will say this, Alex, I enjoy you so much now. In the moment, we were like, we had our beef, but you're not a bad person. Like, you're kind of funny. I'm glad that switched. You're not my
kind of
last
a read. I'm not gonna lie. That was a read.
No, I love Alex.
Kind of funny.
She loves Alex Tate from a distance.
I didn't say you stank, girl. I didn't say that. But I pretty much love a lot of people. I feel like the moments we do have with people, are really fun moments. I obviously have my friends, but I mean, here we are. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You don't like me, you don't like me. Hello. It's pretty obvious.
All right. Next question is for Chey. Chey, did being pink scare you considering the last two winners were wearing the color pink?
It scared the fuck out of me. Girl, honestly, when you gave me that color, I literally remember looking at you. Like I said, are you serious? Like I was happy, but I was pissed. Cause I was so scared people were just gonna target me just for that. And also on top of that, I already had like a fucking rep. I was like, this is just gonna guarantee me to go home. Like I was pissing my pants. I remember complaining on the fucking like phone. I was like, can I change my color? Can I change my color? But I don't know.
Nasty. That was nasty.
I also want to say, she told me when she got that color, she goes, well, I'm going home first. And my exact words to her were, that is the exact same thing that Ray and Tyler both said.
Wow, I made the final. Like
both Ray and Tyler both said, I'm going home first. And then Chey made the final.
Chris, I don't know if you remember this. I sat there on my phone, like you gave me my color, and I was like, you were like, hey, do you care about colors? And I was like, I don't know, but whoever's pink, just know it's on site. And then I walked
started laughing.
And I walked and saw Chey, and I said,
did anyone have to pay $7 extra to get their shirts, or was that just me?
Just you, babe.
Oh, okay.
Just you.
Next question.
Anyway, all right. So the last question I have here is, was there anything on camera that was never caught during filming, like conversations, any drama that happened, or etc.? Is anybody were there things that like you wished had gotten filmed, like conversation wise at least, that never ended up making the cut because nobody had ever actually like filmed it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say there was some.
Yes.
Who wants to start?
Please.
Alexis.
So it wasn't Violet that was impending my doom. It was Cherry.
Oh.
There was a conversation with me, Michael, and Cherry. And Cherry was openly saying that during the first daily, she was watching people out the window.
Yup.
Turn it.
I'm almost positive that this was filmed. We just could not find the film.
I have no idea where it went. Like, I was looking through all of my videos.
It's on my phone. I deleted it. I think what happened was I showed Chris the video. Chris took my phone, and then Chris said I could delete the videos.
You're a bitch.
Get it?
You're a cunt.
It's out there. Alexis, it wasn't my fault.
I will state, she did get her reprimands afterward. I did cuss her out, and I also, she also was missing 500 points on accident during the season. Ironically, this happened right after she lied to my face, so I said that was karma. So deserved.
Okay, so so after the conversation had ended, I run to the production room because I knew I was going home that week. I knew I was on the bottom. I just lost my points. And I walk up there and I say, Chris, Cherry just admitted to cheating on camera. Because push come to shove, I needed that advantage. And
I'm not mad, bitch. I knew you did that. I went to Abbey and we was like, girl, it was Alexis.
I kept her safe. I was not shitting on my sister. I said, I know what you're talking about, but I was in that room and I watched her ass.
I walked to the room after to go talk to Abbey. I was like, Abbey, Chris just pulled me into the production room.
I would never. Now that you bring up cheating, did anyone else cheat? You want to just say it now?
Okay, I did it, but when I did it, it wasn't classified as cheating because that was before Chris said, "Hey, stop looking out the window." Because when the question was asked, what was said was, "I don't care, just don't like fuck up the shot." What were you saying?
Oh.
Originally, I said that, but y'all kept like staring out the window, and I was told that y'all started timing things, and I said, "No, you're done."
No. I was like, we were looking at the window. We weren't like, I was like
timing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We were never timing.
Somebody came up to me and told me that y'all started timing things, and that's when I got irritated, and I started telling everybody to stop looking out.
We may have like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, but not like
we got 4 after like 20. We're like, whatever, bitch.
I was like, the timer in there can tell you it was more of like a, damn, they still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could tell that the timing was really off by the way that everybody thought that me, Alexis, and Chey were in the bottom, and only Chey was.
So,
very quickly though, speaking of things that were done off camera, a lovely commenter pointed out that Eliov was missing some points on one of the recent episodes. And by my further investigation, Eliov was in fact missing points. This did not change anything. It did not change anything, like, end result wise. However, what it does change is that, unfortunately, I do have to take a ranking win from Aaron and give it to Eliov.
Oh, dodge.
Because the ranking win Aaron had was supposed to be Eliov's. So officially, Eliov had the most rankings this season with 3.
It just feels so good.
Aaron dodge.
Aaron, fuck you. Sorry.
So did anyone else cheat at any time?
Shouldn't have sent him home.
Wait, what?
I thought something that could have gotten like caught on camera. I'm not sure if it was, but I think whenever after like I rolled like the 6, Abbey asked me in the kitchen. She was like, "So I'm hearing that like you would have brought me in if you hadn't rolled a 6 in front of like everybody," and I was just like, "Oh shit," because I definitely did say that, but I like immediately tried to do like damage control. I was like, "Oh, we should go talk one-on-one or something like that." I'm not sure if that was caught on camera.
I have it on film. It just never made the edit because I gave stress.
I don't remember if some things were caught because I was so locked in on the conversation. I was like, oh shit, I'm being called out. Another one was whenever Violet and I were like in the kitchen, like I think a lot of us was during the second week of reality week.
I have that
and I was talking about like, oh guys, Violet's lying. Like there's no way. I was like, it wasn't clicking in my head, but I'm not sure if that ever got recorded. But
I recorded it. I have it.
The end of the conversation got recorded. The last minute did. The rest of it, no.
That makes sense why I wasn't in it. Okay.
Let me say to the audience.
Go, sorry.
I was just gonna say, let me say to the audience, I wish that got aired because that was like the most well-constructed argument from two sides. Because it was just like, no, you did this, no, you did this. No, like names were thrown. We were just like talking like only game, but it was an argument and I was living and it should have made the cut.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
I wanted to put it in because both Jalen and Violet did tell me about this. And I was really excited to look at the footage. I had seen the video, like the preview sitting in like my little list of like clips for the episode. I was so excited for it. And tell me why I opened the video and it's Abbey picking up the camera and they're both finishing the conversation.
No production was doing their job. I had to step in.
Well, I was doing something else. I was busy.
Yeah.
You wanna
that was definitely like a fun.
You did a clip that wasn't like included.
That was good TV.
That was definitely a fun moment because it wasn't like it was like personal, like we were like trying to like go at it or anything. That was just pretty cool.
Because it came out with you accusing me correctly, and I just said no, you.
I was just like, you had me second guessing myself. I was just like, damn, did they get my vote wrong? I was like, oh shit. But that was really good. That was good on your part. I was telling Kara like the other day, I was like, yo, Violet actually played really good. Like, and I feel like people are like not really seeing it for what it is, especially because I noticed that after your tea talk came out and I was watching it while I was doing something else. And I was like, I have so much respect for Violet as a player. It's really good. You played really good.
No, I will also say Violet played really well getting into my head to get Alexis out. Because if that happened, I probably would not have sent Alexis home. If I was not talked to by Violet, that wouldn't have happened.
All right. Well, that was my last question, so I'm gonna hand it back to Jacob.
Wait, Chris.
Yes, Chey.
I wanted to say this before it happened. Jalen has a tendency to do this. If Jalen gets confronted about something, Jalen will gaslight you and act like he never did it. And I recorded this, but it never got put on film.
I know.
I pulled Jalen into the thing, and I'm telling him, Jalen, did you say something about Aaron? Because Aaron thinks that you're targeting him, and he's like, no, I would never say that. I was like, I don't care if you think you didn't or didn't. Go talk to Aaron because he's thinking that. And I have the photo of Jalen looking at me, and it's this fucking photo. He's looking at me like, bruh. And I'm pointing. I'm like, just go talk to him. Like, I don't care. I'm like Aaron's about to target you. Like, if you do not go talk to him right now.
No, because mind you, I was fuming, and I'm not even gonna hold because if I would have known that Violet was lying, this whole entire situation would have went completely different. But I was a lone wolf status the minute that happened. I was like, okay, fuck everybody. Like, I even thought of the two people, which in the clip I was embarrassingly shot down. I thought of the two people that like I felt like wouldn't touch me at all, and I was like, it's probably them too and I got gagged because it was actually Violet. And when Jalen, mind you, when Jalen gave me that fuck ass hug and said, "Oh, I love you. You know I love you, right?" And all that shit. Oh, I was fuming.
Mind you, I told the truth. It was Jalen coming after Aaron.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was.
We're gonna continue because Jacob has two more things, and then we're gonna be done with the reunion soon. So I'm gonna hand this back to Jacob so Jacob can finish what he's got to say, and then I will be back to hand out the awards everybody voted on.
Please, I have something to say.
We're gonna move on. I'm sorry, Abby.
Why have we brought up Jalen being?
Anyway, Abby, what's she gonna do?
Well, Emily, remember what we said and we gaslighted somebody to say that we didn't say? Do you remember that? Do you remember?
It never happened, sister.
Jalen, I have to formally apologize for what me and Emily had said in a room when we were very mad and you heard it correctly. And we said, we never said that, girl. And
I would like to have to formally apologize because I do have to interrupt you because we are going to have to keep this going.
It's okay. Just had to get that out.
My first question, coming back. This is a very funny question. Would anybody go back if they were asked for All-Stars?
No!
I ironically would. I would.
I left
Only
the day
because
we stopped filming.
only
Chris
because
said-
my experience Loki got through because Jalen can't play tug of war correctly.
Wow.
Ava, we would have won.
We
would've
really would have.
won.
If not gotten second. If not gotten second.
No.
I wouldn't have gone home if
Wait.
Jalen
Yeah, I would have.
Eliov. Wait a minute.
I would.
But
Thank you, Jalen, for breaking your finger. I didn't go home second. Thank you.
No,
I thought you were going home. You looked so fucking upset. I was
I
like,
was
oh my
gonna cry.
god. I was like, no.
You did cry, girl.
Shut up.
We did. We were.
Chris said if he does All Stars, it's for 10K. I would 110%
Oh.
come back, and I would 100% train every single day until I look bulky and I look like a
Save the
little like
challenge.
I
like
said
little
5K,
midget.
unfortunately.
5K. That's still
I'll still
5K.
go for-
I'll
go for
That's
5K.
5K.
I didn't know the
All-Star
prize
season.
money was that much. I'll do
Throw
it.
around Chey.
I'll go for
Party
5K.
Thousands of dollars each season you host.
Money is money.
I heard it was 20K.
Money is money.
I heard it was a
Are we
million.
hearing
I'll go for
1
5K.
million.
Are we hearing 100?
It also depends on the location. Like if you're gonna send us like the bus down middle of the woods again, it's just I'm just gonna let you know this. Those Amish people were not trade, they were scary. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Trey, get off
Do
there.
y'all remember? Remember when like we were like filming like the videos, like the photos, and we took the picture of the Amish lady standing in the doorway.
Staring at us.
I have
Staring.
that's my wallpaper.
I think that entire trip I saw one Amish trade, like actually Amish trade. The rest of them, Emily, you know a clip something that was real funny that didn't get filmed. Emily, at the beginning of the season, it was me, Violet, Aiden, and Emily in the car. And as we're driving to the house, Emily rolls down the window and starts yelling, Amish trade! At the Amish people.
And then like, fuck me or something. I'm like, Emily.
I don't have a picture of the Amish woman, but I do have this picture of the Amish man.
Oh my god.
Amish trade, Amish trade.
I do have this picture of the Amish woman.
That's
He's there.
that was my wallpaper.
So apparently I catcalled Amish married men. Didn't even know it.
It's not apparently you did.
Into it.
I would 100% go back. Any chance to be on reality TV.
Thank
is
you,
good. Personally, like my experience on the season, like, I mean, the season was a season. We all were there, trials and tribulations. But I would 100% do it all over again. I love being on TV. There was people were cast to play the game, and there was people to be there for entertainment. So I think that this cast, out of all the casts, are stacked so greatly. And I think that if anyone were to, I think if certain people were to come back, it would be a great All Stars.
Yeah. Who would you invite?
Name them.
I would invite Foti, my sister, and you, because Foti, to this day, is my saddest elimination, generally because I actually wept tears. Cherry, I was trying to weep, but she was making me laugh. And then Alexis, I was so shocked. But no, Foti, easily. And then me, Foti, Ava. Ava got because me, you, and Chey were supposed to win that challenge. So,
Let me
but
comment on something, right? I've been holding this in since I got out, right? You walked into the room and was like, hey, does anyone want to switch their team? Knowing damn well no one was going to tell you out loud they wanted to switch their team because that would fuck up their social game. Why would we tell you we wanted to switch our team for a different comp out loud in front of everybody, right? Please make that make sense to Pressure.
Please let me switch teams.
Ask the question. Nobody said yes.
You asked
So
in front of
sorry.
the entire cast.
Bro, Aaron and Eliov and I like being on the same team. I thought that was so wild. I thought
If one person would have said yes, I would have said, okay, we'll switch.
During Tug of War, the three of you terrified me. It was like pure masculine energy coming from that one side. I was terrified.
And with
Cherry Lego so fast.
I was like, how did he not get picked in the first round? I was like, what they'll do?
I want Ava.
I was. Can we talk about? I was surprised I didn't get picked at all.
See,
Me
as
too. I was
a
too.
captain, me, Foti, and Emily literally talked about it like on the spot, and we kind of like agreed to have like a little trio with just us three. So I was like, I can't go back on my word. That'll look bad on me. So I picked both of them.
All right. Well, so I'm gonna have to move on because the pressure has me wanting to ask another question. Well, thank you to pressure for this lovely question. Everybody who's not in the final, you want to win next week. This is the classic. Whose team are you on?
Do I have to pick one?
Well,
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
You know what?
Team Chris.
I'm gonna put my foot down. Yes. So we're gonna go down the line of elimination order that I think I know. So this is gonna be a rough guesstimate. Alexis, whose team are you on?
What are you talking about? I made the final.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I watched this season and I didn't think I had like a clear winner pick at first. And then I like looked at what everyone said about me. There's a lot from every finalist. But only one person had anything good to say about me. So I am hashtag Team Abbey.
Yup.
Okay, so that's one vote, Abbey. Wow, congratulations. I think next is Cherry.
Nope.
It's
Ava. Try again.
Okay. I just wish she went home earlier than she did.
Oh, well,
had a good streak going.
Ava, whose team are you on?
Blame Dylan being crippled. Honestly, this was not a shocker, not a gag. I went home for the bitch, and I'm low key. Watch my TED talk. I didn't think she was gonna make it there, and she made it there. So I am hashtag Team Chey.
Okay, so now Cherry, whose team are you on?
So I would say Team Abbey or Team Chey. Chey played the game. She clearly played the best out of anyone in that final, but Abbey was just so entertaining from episode I have watched. Clearly, the narrator of the season, very much like
and Aaron,
a fatter Katya. So I would say those two.
Okay, Alex Tate, whose team are you on?
Honestly, I'd say I'm on Chey, Team Chey.
Okay, so that is 3 people on Team Chey, I think. If I knew how.
Two on Chey, two on Chey, 2 on Abbey.
There's 3 on Chey.
3 on Chey.
Oh yeah, I forgot Alexis went. Sorry.
No.
Wait, not Alexis.
It's not even Alexis. It's me, you, and Alex.
Yeah, it's a long day, y'all.
Anyways, I think. Wait, if I.
If A plus B is C.
For Michael.
Yes. So I do love all of the finalists. They all deserve it. They all did their thing. There is one finalist that I did a duo confessional with, and I don't know if that made it into the show. I didn't watch that episode.
It did.
It did. Okay, so there is one person I made a duo confessional with, and so that would have to be my team, Team Chey.
Okay, so that's 4 people. Chey, wow, congratulations. Why am I congratulating her?
There's no final. She went like this.
It was a great vote.
Hey, surprise, it's a jury vote. Chey wins.
Yeah, this is actually like the next part of the final.
Right, like
What is that, Aaron?
Okay, wait. The next person to go home is
Violet.
Double header.
Violet.
Yeah. Yes. Well, looking at my past 2 winners, I want some women in the winner circle. No offense. So my 2 winner picks are Chey and Abbey.
I love you.
Okay.
Wait, it didn't work. Wait.
It's okay.
There we go. I was trying.
I want to see if I can.
Forward about to kill her.
Wow. Okay.
I especially also think that Ray did not deserve to win his season for what he just said in the chat. I don't think to be calling trans people the T-slur.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
Next caller.
Okay. Now I think I know the next girl. It's Foti.
It is me.
Woo!
I have 2 teams because I can't pick up because I can't pick. My first team is Team Abbey. That's my sister. Through and through this game. But also I think overall Chey played the best game, so I'd love to see Chey win as well.
Okay. And I think the next person is Jalen?
Yeah.
Jalen
Okay.
time.
Woohoo! I did it again.
All right. Well, I think
actually some people are picking two, so I'm going to go ahead and pick two because I can't decide on one. But I think these people embodied the social game and the strategic game. Chey played an amazing, like perfect social game. It was like, it's amazing to watch. But Aaron's not getting enough love. He played an amazing strategic game. He was out there doing moves that not a lot of us would be willing to make. So I'm also on team
Aaron. And then Eliov, sister. Hello. Whose team are you on?
I'm on team Chey.
Dude, I think it's a big shot.
I'm on team.
As if they weren't the duo of the season.
Chey.
Oh, dang.
That is for Chey who have won the season.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait. I wish it was a jury vote now.
Fail.
And I think that's everybody. So I'm gonna, I think, pass it back to Deprecious, and she can pass out her little awards.
All right. Well. So, unfortunately, the reunion is coming to an end. Well, some people might call it fortunately. Some people will say unfortunately. But before I give out the awards that you, the cast, decided to vote on, that I have the results in front of me, I do have a special guest that wants to come in to announce the fan favorite results.
Oh, I know who that is.
I know who that is.
So
She told me about
special
it.
guest tonight is last year's fan favorite, Maki.
Coming down the runway in a sequin gown. Coming down the runway 400 pounds. It's Maki.
We are not a duo, guys. We are
Hi,
not a duo.
everyone.
Oh my god.
Y'all are rude.
Sorry.
So,
This is the bitch
hi,
that got me sent
everyone.
home. I'm
Oh my god.
So rude. Anyways, so I am here tonight to award one of you guys the fan favorite award.
Guys?
So, first off, it is late. Y'all took y'all sweet time. Anyways, so the audience has been watching you guys all season long, and they have been voting for the past 24 hours. And the votes are in, and we do have a winner. The top 3 vote getters, in no particular order, is Chey,
Who's not there?
Abbey, and Alexis.
Okay, first move.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the underdog.
Now, the vote was very, very close, but this year's fan favorite goes to Alexis.
I didn't win a Bailey. I didn't win a ranking ceremony.
You didn't win a duel?
I didn't win a duel. But I won fan favorite.
What fan favorite? Welcome to the club.
I just need a second to thank my fans. Oh my god. Thank you to all my fans. And to my mom's Instagram account that I voted on. And I just want to say thank you to all the viewers out there. First boots really do matter.
Yeah.
Of course, Max got active for that one.
Max
is up at his seat.
Shout out to Max, because I think if I didn't roommate with Max, I would have probably went insane on that trip.
All right.
And my good friends.
All right. Well, Maki, thank you so much for stopping by to announce fan favorite. I am going to have to let you go.
Good. I'm going back to my show.
You have to go back to your show. Goodbye, Maki.
I'll talk to some of y'all in 5 minutes.
The circus.
Shout out
to you.
All right. Well, we are going to move on to the awards. So, like I said earlier today, I sent you all a form that had a few awards on it. Now, normally I let the public vote for this. However, this is getting filled before the final 5 gets announced. And some of these have spoilers for Eliov going home. So, can't let the audience know that one. As if they already don't know what that happened. But besides the point. So, first things first. your Miss Congeniality or Mr. Congeniality, potentially, with 5 votes, we have a Miss Congeniality, and it's Abbey.
Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God. Oh, prestige.
Oh, she knew she was getting it. I hear.
I do want to say thank you to all the 5 people that voted me. I try to be as congenial as I have been, making you guys breakfast so you guys thought better of me. And I do want to take just a second to thank you, Chris, for this season. It may not have happened the way you may have wanted it, but I think that it has been the most enjoyable thing to watch. As a viewer, and I've heard people, I view it to other people, they also like it too. And to my top 4, I do want to say, I hope whoever wins, is just really deserving of it. They played the game fairly. They didn't do anything to misconduct, not winning, and they were just a really good person generally. So I love everybody, and I'm just so happy for you guys.
Get more top 4.
Okay. Moving on to most under the radar. Now, I was going to announce top 3s for after this. However, 3rd place was a 6-way tie.
Oh.
So, I'm only going to announce top 2, which is between Emily and Chey. But with 4 votes, the most under the radar player of the season was Chey.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank you guys.
Why is she moaning?
Who was the 4?
You.
It was for the popsicle.
Why is she going in? Hold on.
Wait, the popsicle.
All right.
Oh, the popsicle. Move on.
Now we have most overrated. Not the best thing you can get in the world. However, the top 3 vote getters were Emily, Eliov, and Jalen.
It just feels so good.
And with 6 votes,
half the cast,
the most overrated player decided by the cast was Jalen.
Yeah, let's get it, guys. Woo! Okay, thank you guys for voting me. Woo!
How
feels so good.
How was Emily both under the radar and overrated?
Hey, that's what I was
Who
going
knows?
to say.
The girls were split. All right, so next we have Hero of the Season. The top 3 vote getters were Chey, Abbey, and Eliov. However, we have a tie for first with 4 votes each. And the hero of the season was Abbey and Eliov.
Oh,
fair.
Yes! Fanta won!
It feels so good.
All right. Next, we have Villain of the Season.
Ooh.
The top 3 vote getters were Jalen, Chey, and Violet. However, with 5 votes, the winner is Violet.
Eat it. I mean, deserved.
V stands for villain, y'all.
V stands for villain.
All right, moving on to Mastermind of the Season.
That was an award?
Yes.
That was an award. Wasn't even close. It was only between 4 people.
Dodge.
It was between Jalen, Foti, Abbey, and Chey.
Congratulations.
Don't know
Chey.
who voted for Foti. I think I know who it was because somebody voted last and that wasn't there before I checked it. But with an overwhelming majority of 9 votes, the mastermind of the season determined by the cast was Chey.
Yup.
Did I vote Foti?
Girl, who voted me?
I don't remember voting Foti. I don't remember it. But I also was scrolling past.
Ava, were you conscious when you wrote this? You don't remember what the questions were.
I don't know.
Chey, how do you feel about being mastermind of the season?
It just feels so good. I feel like my niggerness is coming out. I'm so happy.
That
Thank you,
popsicle's
guys.
gone.
I was just about to say that.
Moving on, we have the saddest elimination. Only 3 people received votes for this. And it was Ava, Alexis, and Eliov. However, with a 5-5 tie. The winners of status elimination were Ava and Eliov.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
Correct
It
answers.
sucked.
Moving on, we have most shocking elimination. The top 3 vote getters are, there's a tie for third in here, but we have Foti, Alexis,
I got another sneak.
Eliov, and Ava.
Right answer.
But with 6 votes, the most shocking elimination of the season was Ava.
Bitch, I voted for you for both of those. Wow.
I love my sneak in there.
I did put myself for both of them.
I voted you, Foti. I
We
was
got
shocked.
3 left.
Wait, who's the tie for third?
Don't know who just left.
Michael, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was.
Good riddance.
Well, his
All right.
probably did.
Well, we're gonna move on to most shocking elimination. Wait, no, I just did that one. I did
We
that.
just did that.
Biggest move. Sorry,
It's Ava.
it moved up. Anyway, we're gonna go to biggest move. The top 4 vote getters, because there's a tie. It was also only between 4 people. Was, it's between. Well, actually, there was only 4 things on the list, but we have core 4 getting Cherry out. We have the graveyard eliminating Alex. We have Violet convincing Michael to send home Alexis. And we have Aaron saving Abbey at Final 5.
Good answer!
And the cast
Not for me.
decided that the biggest move of the season was Aaron saving Abbey at Final 5.
The actual, how many votes did I get?
That was 8 votes.
Yeah.
Okay, the correct answer.
Over half the cast agreed that Aaron ate that up.
There were 16 people in the cast.
No, I said over
There were
half.
13 pooks. 13.
Oh, I was like, girl,
half.
what?
Over half.
He's out of it.
Not half.
What the hell?
Anyway.
16 person cast.
All right,
Thank you very
moving
much.
on
Thank
to
you
biggest
very much.
blunder. One of these didn't even get vote on it, but the 3 vote getters for this were Abbey doesn't use the veto, Michael sending home Alexis, and Foti nominating Eliov and Michael.
I told you it wasn't a blunder.
But with 7 votes, the biggest blunder of the season was Abbey not using the veto.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bodie, you're real lucky because I didn't see that one when I was voting. Because I would have voted that
Girl,
one.
I thought I was gonna get that one down.
I would have voted that one. That was crazy.
I thought I was getting that one.
And the final award of the night for best fight.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, Michael versus Alex did not get any votes tonight. But the vote getters were Jalen versus Emily,
Oh, we fought.
Ava versus Cherry, and Cherry versus Alex.
Oh, Cherry.
But with 10 votes, the most agreed on thing for this vote, the winner of best fight this season was Ava and Cherry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with the awards out of the way, I want to thank Jacob for hosting the reunion. Did a fantastic, amazing job. And I want to thank everybody for at least showing up to the reunion. I know some people really didn't want to be here. However, I appreciate the fact that everybody at least came and they at least showed up for it. Thank you everybody for watching the season. Apparently, this is the by far most viewed season, and I very much appreciated it. I think this entire cast put a lot of effort and a lot of work into it. Every single person here made this season entertaining. They made it watchable. Every single person here gave us drama. They gave us storylines. I also want to commend everybody on this cast for having the biggest loop of karma I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how everybody managed to have a full circle moment happen to them, but they did. And thank you all so much. And tune in next week for the final where either Chey, Aaron, Emily, or Abbey will be your next winner for season 3. And I'm gonna let them say their a few little words before we end off the reunion. Aaron.
Oh, me first. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure playing this game, whether we like it or not. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pleasure playing this game. There's a lot of like personalities here that I'm pleasure to meet in real life. And I feel like it was a good game altogether. It was an amazing cast. I really personally think that this cast is all stars material, but we're gonna cut that out. But anyway, amazing game, amazing group of people. I have no regrets. So hope here's to the best.
Abbey.
Yes, I am happy to be here. I can confidently say that nobody thought I was ever gonna make the final four or get as far as I did. I'm very happy of what I did, what I achieved. Don't know if anyone kept track, but I definitely beat a good amount of champions. Here, whether that be by my decision or other people, I still made it. I am the queen of confessionals. Whether you want to, I will give that to my right to me. I'm just so glad to have this experience. I mean, I really want to give a shout out to especially like Foti, my queen. I'm so glad that we got to meet. Love you so much, sister. Cherry as well, like real like family level with y'all. Alexis, love y'all. Just to name a few. Winning would be everything to me. I am trying to go on a cruise with Pina Claudia, our reigning queen. So please make me the winner for that. And I will, have earned that win with integrity. So I don't think a lot of people can say that. So thank you.
Okay.
Hey y'all, it's me, Cheyenne, Lunar Eclipse on the track. Honestly, hey nigga, but I'm sorry. Honestly, preseason, I almost dropped again. But I'm so happy I went. This was honestly such an amazing experience. Chris, a fucking fantastic host. Fuck the Amish. But honestly, I'm so happy I got to meet all of you from just in general. And shout out to the fucking Hexagon. Love y'all to death. I really enjoyed this. I normally don't like share my opinions about shit, but like I really fucking enjoyed. Yeah, this was really fun. And Eliov, do it for life, I say. Do it for life, I say. We didn't make the final, but do it for life, I say. It should have been us doing the fucking final. It sucks. I'm writing you down. You know who I'm looking at.
Why is Ava playing Eliov?
All right, and finally, Emily.
My God, it was such a very lovely experience. I got to meet all these crazy people that I knew online. It was so great. Like, I love each and every one of you. I'm so glad none of you voted me villain of the season. I really appreciate y'all. Sisters for life. It was a great time. Yeah. If I win, I will donate some of the money to any of the finalists. I said this, it was clocked. Thank you. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good night, and I love all of you sisters.
All right, well, Jacob, I'll let you send them off.
Okay, girls. Well, it was lovely hosting you all for this reunion. Unfortunately, I did not get paid for this, even though I will be having to pay my therapist. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go take one long walk, and I'll see y'all next season. Bye.